Is London home for you?
Yes, I live in East London, in Bow, and a lot of my stories are sort of set there.
You know, I live in East London, so there's a lot of pretentious people like that around that are very irritating. You know, a lot of them look like Topshop mannequins that have come to life for the sole purpose of judging you. Right? They're all in bands, they're all trying to be controversial with their bands and the names of their bands and stuff. I met a guy a little while ago, right, who said he was in an Islamic synth-pop band called Quran.
And more predominantly in Essex, where I'm originally from, because it's sort of an inherently ridiculous place. It's one of those places where just sort of like, me and my friends growing up always just thought this place is ridiculous, why can't everyone else see it?
It's a strange place, right? In Essex I've been punched in the head for no reason on more than one occasion, right? Once with a can of lilt.
What do you think of generally the Fringe as a whole?
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, obviously, because I've only been doing it for 2 years, but so the free Fringe has been a big part of what I've been doing because it just makes it so accessible. But it is just the only place, sort of in the world, where it's like this. Apparently, there's sort of festivals in sort of Montreal and sort of in Australia as well. They're not anything like this. It's a whole month long. Everyone's doing their shows. It is just like sort of, it's like a dream world almost for comedians, isn't it? Because you're doing just what you love all the time, surrounded by people that you know, and just there's a ready-made audience here. You know, you have to work a bit for it, but that's part of the fun, really, in a way. So yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's an incredible sort of institution. It's the biggest arts festival in the world as well, so I mean, it's one of those things I can envision myself coming back year after year.
Do we know T4? Yeah. If anybody doesn't, right, T4 is like a sort of magazine show for young people that's on at the weekends, and T4 is what the entire world would be like if Peaches Geldof had won the Second World War.
It is the final weekend and you've done 70 gigs.
Yeah.
Presumably that's been a massive benefit to your material and your
massively,
set.
Massively. The best thing about it is that you can have an idea in the morning and then you've got like 3 or 4 gigs in a day, so by the end of the day you've got a bit you've honed or something you know to sort of chuck away, and it might take you like 2 or 3 weeks to do that back in London, depending on how much you gig in, like, so it's been a really valuable experience.
I heard of one poor kid, right, who took too much of it, and obviously it's a very scary experience if it all goes tits up, and this poor kid thought he was dying, he panicked and cut up his tongue trying to fax himself to hospital. It's crazy. Who sends a fax now?
I can't get my head around all the sort of how the kind of musical theatre students and stuff are still so positive as well. It's just everyone else has been ground down by their horrible lifestyles and just sort of just the demands of the Fringe, but they're so happy. It's weird. It's wrong.
Still on the Royal Mile, dancing around.
They are just doing little segments of their plays with no context, so they just don't make any sense. It's weird, but I suppose that's all part of it.
We've got a great shot to cut in there.
It was apprehensive that what I'd handled like profane and sacred skin. Madam! Enough of this! You must stop breaking your miseries over!